Growth is painful. Change is painful. But nothing is going to be as painful as staying stuck somewhere that you no longer belong. It's a new year and everybody's saying new year, new me. Everybody's saying I'm going to do something different. I got goals. And I think that's a beautiful thing. But the reality of it is that you are not likely to change until you accept the fact that changing is going to be hard. And we got to talk about it being hard. We got to go ahead and prepare ourselves, right, mentally for what's going to come from trying to change. Because as you try to change, there are going to be obstacles. There are going to be challenges. There are going to be mental moments where you're going to have a mental breakthrough in order to get to the other side, or else you may literally break. People don't understand that a breakthrough requires something inside of you to break. And I want to see you change. I want to see you really reach your goals. I want to see you really be the best version of you. And I just know it's not going to be easy. So instead of just sitting here being another person on the internet telling you, you can do it, go change, start over, start fresh. I want to be the person to help you process what is going to require you to make the changes, what you need to focus on in order to change, what you got to accept in order to change, because change is not easy. But you know what else is even harder than that? Staying the same. Staying the same is harder than changing. Do you know that insanity is doing the same thing over and over and over again, expecting a new result? I think that you want a new result. Otherwise, you wouldn't be watching me right now. You want a new result for your life. And can we be real? It ain't going to be easy. It's not going to be easy. But it's obtainable. It's doable. It's possible. One of my favorite athletes ever, he won a championship, and at the end he said, anything is possible. I'll never forget that as long as I live. I was a kid, but I'll never forget that moment, because you could tell that when he won that championship, he was in disbelief. You're going to be in disbelief when you meet the man in your dreams. You're going to be in disbelief when you meet a person that decides to be faithful, because everybody else has always been cheaters. You're going to be in disbelief when you meet someone that communicates on a high level the way you do. You're going to be in disbelief when you meet someone that loves you in your love languages, because you never had that before. You're going to be in disbelief when you find yourself with so much money saved that you don't even know what to do with it. You don't even know where to invest it. But the only way we're going to reach these moments in our life, these checkpoints in our life, is going to require us to recognize that there are things inside of us that have brought us to where we've gotten to so far. I mean, that's the reality of it. That's the hard thing to talk about. That's the hard thing to accept, is that anything you don't have in life right now is because of something that you did do or something you did not do. It was your choices that you made. It was the places you chose to go. It was the things you chose to say. It was the things you chose to see. Watch this. It was the thoughts you chose to think and focus on. My last video, I talked about how we have to focus on certain thoughts. We have to fix our thoughts on certain things. That's what's going to decide the result that you get. I believe that if we're really going to change in this new year, right? If you really want to see true change this year, it's going to require you to focus on the result, right? I understand that I'm telling you to change, but I'm trying to show you what you're going to have to do after you decide that you want to change. How are you going to keep going when it feels like the work you're doing is in vain, when it feels like the efforts you're making is in vain? How do you still work towards changing when it feels like what you're doing is not bringing a change? I want you to be inspired by this one truth. If you do things this year that you've never done in previous years, you're going to acquire change. If you do things in this new year that you have never tried, you're going to acquire change. If you make efforts this year that you've never made before, you are going to acquire change. That is simple math. And once you accept that math and you believe that math and you have faith in that math, I promise you, you will experience change. The change is yours to acquire. It's yours to have. And I'm going to be real with you. Just some tough love. Whether you decide to make the choices needed to change or not, there's going to be someone this year that are going to make the proper choices needed in order to experience change. The question becomes, will you be part of the winner circle? Will you be part of the winning circle? That's a personal choice that you have to make. That's something you got to go look in the mirror and ask yourself. I feel something on this. You got to go look yourself in the mirror. As soon as this video is over, you got to ask yourself, will I be part of the winning circle? And that all I have to do in order to be a part of the winning circle, I don't have to be the fastest man, the fastest woman in the world. I don't got to be the smartest person in the world. I don't got to be the best person in the world. All I got to do is make a decision to do certain things and stick to it throughout the entire year, no matter what happens. And you can go at your own pace. And you get a chance to be a part of the winning circle. The winning circle will be a group of people that actually made a decision and stuck to the decision that they made, no matter what came, no matter what happened, no matter how they felt. You got to prepare for the days where you're not going to feel it. That's why even me, right, when it comes to recording these videos, I know I got to shoot extra videos on days where I feel it just for the days where I don't feel it. That, like, little things like that go so far. I got to have a workout plan in place for when I don't feel like working out. That way, on the day that I need to go work out and I don't feel like doing the workout I'm supposed to do that day, at least I have something to go do instead of doing nothing at all. Listen, that's not a plan B. That's just you having a plan. Because if I got it done, I got it done. When you graduate, they're not out here talking about, oh, he got his diploma, he got his degree with this many A's, this many B's, this many C's. When you walk across that stage, they don't call out what all the different letter grades that you had. No, either you walked across or you didn't walk across. Yeah, cool. You got, the cum laude and all those type of things. Okay, that's great. But I'm just saying, at the end of the day, ain't nobody calling out he had 3 D's, 2 A's, 1 B. So it doesn't matter how you get it done, just get it done. It doesn't matter what you got to do to cross the stage, do what you got to do to cross the stage. And that's just a metaphor. But I just want you to understand that I understand. I'm going to say that again. I just want you to understand that I understand that change is hard. And that's why I wanted to talk to you. I want to speak to your heart briefly, right? I want to talk to your soul briefly to remind you that Remy understands that you have desires, you have goals. You don't want to be where you've been. And I want you to know that you don't have to stay where you've been. You do not have to remain stuck, but you do have to make new choices to get unstuck. And that can sound very elementary. It can sound very 1, 2, 3, ABC. But here's the question. What are the new choices that you need to make in order to get new results? And after you make that decision, focus on the result. I want you to start focusing every single day. I want you to imagine what it will feel like to have thousands of dollars in your bank account. What it'll feel like for the end of the year for you to have $10,000 in your account by the end of the year, for you to have $20,000 in your account by the end of the year, for you to have, maybe you got to start small, for you to have $1,000 in your account by the end of the year. I want you to really stop and think about what, like, for real, I'm trying to get down on your level right now. I want you to stop and think about what would it feel like for you to go through a full year without feeling any heartbreak because you took a year away from dating just to focus on yourself. You don't even know the last time you felt heartbreak free for a long period of time. You don't even remember because you're a serial dater. Listen, I get it. I'm not judging you. I'm just saying, what do you think it will be like for you to go through an entire year of spending time with God and reading your Bible? What do you think a full year of reading your Bible would do for your soul, do for your heart, do for your life, do for your mind? What do you feel like 1 month, 2 months, 3 months, 4 months of therapy would do for your life? What do you think you would feel like by the end of the year? See, I'm trying to get you to envision what it will feel like at the end of 2025 if you will go ahead and make these new decisions in the beginning of 2025. Let this month be your launching pad for how you want to feel at the end of this year. And I know some of you like, man, Remy, why are you already talking about the end of this year? Because I believe that this is going to be the year that's going to launch you into the places that you're supposed to be for the rest of your life. I believe that what you do at the beginning of this year is going to launch you into the person that you're supposed to be for the rest of your life. I believe that what you do at the beginning of this year will literally mold you to the point to where you will end up being with the person that you're supposed to be with for the rest of your life because of choices you decided to make at the beginning of this year. I'm just trying to get you to envision you becoming the version of yourself that you want to be. You getting the results that you desire to have. You experiencing the experiences that you desire to experience. Like, I just want you to envision what you could have for once if you would just say, you know what? I'm not going to focus on how hard it feels right now. I'm not going to focus on how hard it is on the front end. I'm going to focus on, keyword focus, I'm going to focus on where I want to be, the result I want to have, what I will be able to say I've obtained. if I just do the hard things over and over and over and over again. Just whatever that looks like for you. I don't know what that is for you, but I don't want you to make it too hard on yourself. I don't want you to set unrealistic goals. I just want you to set some goals, and I want you to start making the choices, and I want you to imagine the result that you desire to have. Then I just want you to go get it. And I want you to live your life daily believing that you're worthy of it, believing you can have it. Because too many of you, before I made this video, all I kept thinking about and all I kept envisioning was that there are so many of you out there right now watching this video. And the truth is that you need to remember what it feels like every single day to not be where you want to be, to not have what you want to have. And some of you like, Remy, I think about all that all the time. But do you think about it to the point to where you let it push you out of that place, where you let it push you to make a new move, where you let it push you to go get the healing that you need, where you let it push you out of that relationship where you've been stuck in for so long, where you let it push you out of those bad habits that you've been stuck in for so long? Let your disappointment push you out. Let your disgruntledness push you out. Let your depression push you out. Let that pain push you out. The entire reason a mom pushes the baby out is because it's hurting. There's no mom walking around saying, I want to keep carrying this baby around for 9 more months. No, God makes it where it hurts. That way she has to push it out. So maybe what you are experiencing and have experienced is because God is trying to push something out of you. That's a video for another day. I'm going to leave you with that. Push out the result that you want. Push out the result that you want. Push out the result that you want, so you don't have to feel the way you felt at the end of every other year this year. This is the year where at the end of the year, you're going to finally be able to feel proud of yourself. You're going to finally be able to feel content with your life. You're going to finally be able to say, I have true joy and that I'm satisfied. I'm not going to say satisfied, but I'm content and I'm grateful with the decisions that I've made. Make yourself proud. Don't do it for nobody else. Make yourself proud and push out the result that you want. Y'all be blessed. Be sure to like and subscribe. Love you guys. And as always, peace and blessings.